Morning, guys. Okay, last time we did our percussion revolver series, we were talking about Kaido Ojama's 36 caliber bullet, and I did a shoot across chronographs, I did a shoot across at plates, and I did a penetration on my baffle boards, and etc. And when I shot across the chronograph, I was kind of disappointed on the speed. And I upped it a little bit, and then I shot, and I still barely got around 700, somewhere close to it. I want to be around 750 feet per second. Well, you guys in the comments told me get 777 powder. That's what you swore by. And Kaido, who commented, said use 777. So I went and got 777 powder, and I've got a flask of 777 powder right here. And as a control, I've got a flask of new Pyrodex. Both of these are brand new powders. I bought new cans. Now, one of the things that I think contributed to seeing the variability that we had in the velocity last time was when I checked that can of powder, that can of 3F powder, GoX, was manufactured in 1992. Blackie's old. Blackie's got powder. And sometimes you got an old can of powder. So that powder could have been a little past its prime. So that's what we're back here doing today. We're not going to redo, we're just going to streamline and see how the powder now does with this bullet. So I'm going to try to set up a fresh piece of cardboard with a target, shoot through my chronograph at that target, and try to generate a group and get my ballistics at the same time. So let me set up and we'll give that a shot. Okay. I have a target set up through my target screen. I have my crony going. I have Stormborn loaded up with Kaido Ojama's bullet and 30 grains of Pyrodex P new stuff. This will be the first cylinder I'll shoot of it, just to see how it performs as well. Now, if I don't blow my chronograph to pieces, this is going to be a good day. So here we go. "928 feet per second. "926 feet per second. "887 feet per second. "903 feet per second. "906 feet per second. Well, she sure got a bigger thump, I'll tell you that. And Kaido said that it just wanted full, no wad. So what it is, it's full load with a little grease over the top of the ball. And I was using number 11 CCI Magnum caps. So I will calculate up what the average of those 5 shots is for the Pyrodex and put it at the end. Alright, let me bring the camera up, we'll look at the group, and then we're going to reload with 777. Okay, that is what I shot. Now the two lower ones was me trying to find out my aiming point. I had to shift to a 6 o'clock hold on the target because of the way I was shooting. So the last three, the one at the 11 o'clock position, the one at the edge, and my last shot was in the 10X. I was beginning to dial it in. With practice, I'm pretty sure I could get it all on that orange. But it's a little much powder. I think if I backed it down to like 27, dropped maybe a grain or so, I would get a better group. But it is, that's hog accuracy at 10 yards, I mean. But I want to get better groups than that. But obviously it is hitting. So we see where the points of impact are. I'm going to reuse that target. I'm simply going to mark over the hits and we'll see where the next group is. Alright, let me get loaded. Okay, this time we're loaded with the Kaido bullet, 777 powder, 28 grains, and cap with a number 11 Magnum percussion cap. I went and covered up the hole that was on my target and marked all the other hits. So let's see how this does. I will call out my chronograph reading. Okay, here we go. Good start, bad cap. Next one. $913. $800. $887 feet per second. $902 feet per second. $886 feet per second. We'll give that cap one more try and then we'll go get another cap. Good cap. Okay, final round. New cap on it. $885. Well, it's staying well up there, so. Alright. That's a lot of thump. It's a lot of wear and tear. I would not want to shoot this all the time in Stormborn. This is a hunting load. This is something that I'm going to load up for a specific job, not for just casual planking. Because it's going to wear out a wedge and it's going to erode the back of a throat for that much power forcing in there. I can tell that. But for what's the job of the bullet? Once I get it dialed in, I will probably shoot this 2 or 3 times a year whenever I'm hunting for big game with it. So yeah. Now, some observations. A buildup of soot on the inside of the hammer. That's because the mainspring is not holding this additional back pressure. These are good nipples, but we've got a much higher pressure and it's forcing it back and it's blowing into that. Whenever the hammer rocks back, the bolt comes up and the hand hits. So that's wear and tear on stuff. Again, I don't want to shoot it long term, but I will shoot it for this. Now let's take a look at that group. Okay, I have 3 in the target. 1, 2 touching. The third one that's at the bottom of the run, that's from my previous hit. The little sticky thing fell off. So I got the 2 at the top and the 3 right above the target. So with 777 it shot a little higher than it did with the Pyrodex, but more to the point of aim. I got 2 hits on the target itself and then the other 3 above it. Now that is not a great group. Nobody will contest that. But for hog hunting at 10-15 yards, I can easily put that on my target. So, with it being with heat index 99 or 100, I think it's at 90% humidity, 87, 90. The air is just unbelievable. Just standing here, I got sweat running, doing nothing. Sweat's running in my eyes. Lousy conditions to do such a test. Okay. So, let us recap. Yes, my powder was old and that was affecting it. Pyrodex generated 8s and 900 feet per second. 777 generated that same kind of threshold. 777 may have a slight edge advantage in that. Grouping. This is a raw group. First time I ever shot it like this. Okay, my first group with Pyrodex was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. More spread out. With the 777, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Much smaller. I'm learning where the gun aims. I had to shift my aim point to get where I want, because remember this is sighted in for round ball. Anything over 800 feet per second with that will be adequate for hog or something larger at point blank range. 10 to 15 yards out of a deer stand, something like that. I could easily place and put something down with that. So I'm very, very impressed with that power. But at the same time, how much wear and tear is that on Stormborn? Quite a bit. I can right now wiggle and tell I need to retighten screws. It would wear out a wedge fairly quickly. Shooting these is a constant diet. You're going to stress parts and etc. due to the open top design. Now that isn't say that it's any way dangerous with the gun. It's not. But it's just like, you know, popping the clutch and spinning the tires on that Camaro. It ain't hurt nothing, but you just buy a lot of tires. That's what's happening. Now, I want to look at something right quick because I noticed how my velocities dropped off. My first velocity was the highest in both strings and it dropped off. Well, that's a clean bore with heavy lube. And that indicates to me a little bit of leading. Now looking down the bore, I know you won't be able to see it. First inch of that, I can see a little light leading. To be expected, it's a good tight fit. My first round was on a heavily greased bore and it was a higher velocity. After that, it's dragging it down. So I lost velocity. On a hunting gun where rapid fire shots, carrying you a cleaning rod with a wet rag that you can just run up down the bore would restore that kind of speed. Now I've wiped right out and only right here at the forcing cone. Maybe that first quarter inch till I see a little bit of lead. So let me grab, I know I got a bigger scrub brush. There we go. Get it right there at that end. Alright, come right out. It's not hard. It's just, you know, white tin. So, total information. This is the Kaido Ojama 36 caliber hunting bullet. They had been lubed with liquid Alox, tumble lubed. The powders were, for the first test, Pyrodex P, new can. And for the second test, 777, new can. The caps that were used were CCI number 11 Magnums. I had one dud cap. Heavy lube was used on the cylinder, base pin, and on the bore. As the shots progressed, you saw a slow reduction. And this is to be expected because fouling's building up in the bore because it is such a heavy load. In a hunting situation where I'm shooting at a hog or whatever, that first shot's going to be your fastest, most powerful shot. After you fired once or twice, if you've got time before you go to the next, it'd be easy to just pop it open and run a thing through, re-lube, and go back. That's my experience talking there. Now, chronograph information. What was the velocities? I said those on the camera. And when I get this home, I'll dictate them down, punch them into my ballistics computer, and pop out the numbers. And I'll put them on a card at the end of this video. So you will have the 777 and you will have the Pyrodex. Now guys, I got to clean it up and get back home, do this editing, do this posting, and then I got to be at work at 1 o'clock. It's going to be a busy day. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave any questions or comments below. And until next time, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.